Hi guys, thanks so much for stopping by. So today I will be doing a skincare review, Korean or K-beauty skincare review, and this is called the Accoje. I think that's how you pronounce it. Accoje Hydrating Aqua Gel Cream. I would say I have started to use K-beauty for about over a year now, I think, and so far I'm really loving it. Yeah, because so a little background on that. Um right after being a new mom, I noticed my skin was just it just changed. And it takes about 2 years for that to kind of regulate itself and go back to what would be your new normal essentially for your body. So for me, during that whole time right after postpartum, within that 2 year situation, I noticed, like, even before my son was a year old, I noticed like it felt like and it looked like I aged like 10, 20 years. So I went insane and I just kind of started to go through a lot of different things. And I've always kind of wondered about K-beauty in a sense, and it always kind of felt like it was a little too good to be true. But then desperate times called for desperate measures, and everything else that I've tried just didn't work out. And so I'm like, you know what? They're not very expensive. Why don't I just try it out? And so now I'm already at this brand because you know how it is. You want to try whatever is out there and you find something great. You want to know that that's great, but maybe there's something else that might be better than the one you think is great. So this is an aqua gel cream. So to me, an aqua gel cream is one of those gel consistent creams. In the summer months, this is okay, especially during the day, for me. And I do have a centralized home heating and cooling. So every day of the year, it's always going to be a lot more drier for my skin and everyone else that's here, just because of that. We do have a humidifier, but it's still going to be like that because, we don't live in the tropics or in what is that, in southeast of the United States. So because you don't have that kind of humidity, your skin's always going to be more on the drier side than when you live there. You're always going to, have that humidity and that moisture going to your skin. So it won't be as bad. So anyway, I have noticed that with this, you can do it in like warmer months, sometimes maybe during the day in the spring. But if you do need a little bit more oomph in moisture, you can also add something else. You can add a secondary moisturizer, which would be a lotion. This brand actually also carries a lotion, and I have it right here, and I have been using this as well. So so if you want to try this and you kind of just want to see, after about an hour you apply it and your face is still moisturized, and then you wait another hour, it passes by another hour and everything is still fine, then for that particular weather, I would say, then this is okay. If you feel like it's kind of tight when you're talking, your skin feels a little tight when you're smiling or speaking or moving your face, then you might need a little bit more, which would be something like this, the aqua lotion. So that's just it. Just try to see if you do need it or not. Also, I do recommend that, because this is more of it's labeled as the cream. I believe, and from my personal experience now, I do believe like the things prior to the creams, especially for the K-beauty, regardless if it's a gel cream or the traditional cream itself, I do believe that you can also benefit in that, like the serums, the emulsions, the essence, the toners, and stuff like that. In the summer months though, I've tried a lot of different things, a lot of different steps, and I've noticed that I can survive it during the day. I wash my face. I use a toner. I use this. If I want to, I add a serum in there. But if I don't want to, then this is okay for me. And it does moisturize my face all day. If I do go outside, I do add sunscreen on there. But if I don't go outside, I don't add sunscreen. And then during the night though, I have noticed that I do need more than this in the spring. In the summer, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I did notice though, and during the summer, that when I needed more than just this, like the lotion that I have right here, or actually another cream, is when I was really congested and sick. And because my skin was peeling around this area, because I was rubbing it all the time and sneezing and all that nasty stuff, that it got really dry and chafed, and so I needed more. But if I wasn't sick at all, I think this would have been fine day and night. But again, that's my skin, and I have very sensitive skin, and this passed my skin. If this passed my skin, this can be used by a lot of people. No allergic reaction, nothing like that. That's what I really love about majority of the K-Beauty items that I've tried. Very rarely that I will get any kind of allergic reaction to that. And so I really, really love it. I think like their ingredients usually are very, because they're derived all the time with like natural stuff. I think that probably is key with that. And they try as much as possible to use things that are, less in the allergy scale. So anyway, and hold on. I wanted to make sure I remembered. This smells so luxurious. It smells like a faint, luxurious, kind of crisp, kind of not too sweet, like a faintly sweet to it, a faintly kind of a green smell to it a little bit, but not herby. And like ump it up to the luxurious scale, and this is what I believe it smells like. It smells so good. I have also used this over and over again on my face. I went through one jar really quickly when I was sick because it was really very dry, and I would just put a little bit and rub it on the places that I rubbed tissue or rag or whatever I got like really quickly when I was sneezing. And I noticed that it wasn't clogging my pores. I noticed that I wasn't breaking out in this area. I noticed that I didn't get a rash or a negative reaction. I also noticed that it was really light, yet it was very moisturizing. Like I was very, very concerned in the fact that everything was chafing, and it was summertime, so it was kind of hot. But then I was kind of worried that it would be too thick in a sense. So, or too thin that it's not going to moisturize enough. So very strange. Consistency is gel, but it's not like tacky. It absorbs really well. It absorbs just beautifully. Like it feels like it gets, when you apply it on your face like that, it just feels like it gets like sucked in really quick. And like no tackiness, nothing like that. And I didn't notice when I would be able to use this, and I remembered to use this, I didn't notice chafing at all. But then when I did forget to use this, and all day I'm sneezing, and maybe I'm out of the house all day, and I'm sneezing outside, and I didn't bring this because I didn't think I needed it. Later that day or the next day, I noticed like it was peeling right over here in my nose. So if you're sick, and you might think that using a traditional moisturizer might be a little too much, maybe a little too thick, I would suggest use this one. It's like I have no complaints with this one. So in the colder months, in spring, I can use this during the day and not at night. I still have to add something else during the nighttime. In the fall, I have to use something else during the day with this. And at night, I have to use something thicker as well. In the winter, I can use this, but I have to add certain things after, maybe one or two things. If I want to use this one, it's okay. I have mixed and matched them. And then I've also tried using a different moisturizer after that one, and it works fine. So just kind of test your skin out. and you will figure out what your combo need for your skin would be on what day and what night, and especially time of the year, and the temperature and the weather and all that stuff. Like, it was incredibly windy the other day and it was super, super cold. And I tried using this one and just the lotion as well. And my face was getting a little tight. So having the excess wind, and I went outside for about 5-10 minutes, that was already too much. So just kind of know what you really need, and don't overdo it, don't underdo it. Just do whatever fits you perfectly, because everybody's going to be different, and whatever suits me perfectly might not suit you, and whatever doesn't suit me might suit you better. So again, I totally recommend this. It is very hydrating, incredibly hydrating, and it does, it does give you a lot more than I expected. I really didn't expect much out of this. That's why I'm really impressed, because I was just kind of, honestly, I thought that this was just going to be a waste of my time. A waste of time, a waste of money, a waste of everything. And I'm very glad that I'm wrong. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. I give this 2 thumbs up. I love this. No negative side effects, nothing at all. But again, you can't use this alone, especially if you live in the colder climates. You can't use this alone if your skin is dry. You can't use this alone if you're in the colder months. If you have oily skin, try to kind of see if you can withstand using this at night, and see when you wake up, does your face feel stretched? Does your face feel like painful to smile or move? If it does, you need to add something else before and after, or both at that. But if not, then that's great. If you only need this, for moisturizing, obviously I would always suggest you always have toner before that. So if this is the only moisturizer that you need, that's wonderful. If you guys have other suggestions in K-beauty or skincare, I really am hooked with K-beauty right now, so I really want to stick to that. Let me know down below. If you want to chit chat, you have other questions that I didn't cover in this particular review for this product, let me know down below as well. If you just want to chit chat about this particular product, let me know down below as well. Anything else, and of course I will try as much as possible to put down my skincare routine currently with every video that I do. Also, whatever else I'm using today will always be down in my, I'll try as much as possible on my videos as well, just so a lot of people are aware. I have been getting those kind of questions on what my current skincare routine and products I'm using, and so they're all going to be linked down below. If you haven't yet, I hope you hit the like button and the subscribe button, and of course the bell, and so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. Thanks guys, and I'll see you guys again next time.